to the AT&T Sports Arena here in Anchorage, Alaska for the 6th annual Brewery Brawl hosted by Rage City Roller Derby. As I just mentioned, this is the thrilling 6th annual Brewery Brawl, the highly anticipated roller derby showdown sponsored by some of Anchorage's favorite
it's at
breweries.
45% battery already.
That would be Raven's Ring and Double Shovel, respectively. We have a couple of mashup teams today. These teams include skaters from all across the state, from Anchorage to Palmer and even Fairbanks.
It's weird that it's at 45% already. I know, right?
And thank you to all of you coming down, especially now that snow has fallen. All right, so we're going to start by introducing the challenger, which is going to be those skating in black. Give it up for Raven's Ring! If I can hit a button on a phone. Hang on. I got this.
Would you mind hopping on your phone and just making sure that's...
I managed it. It's all fine. Introducing number 1031 Quarter Pounder! Number 21 Cat Nato! Number 204 Tiny Dancer! Number 222 Semi-Automatic! Number 31 KO! Number 311 Twinkle Toes! Number 35 Green! Number 408 Gnarly Brown! Number 411 Maybe Good! Number 454 Hurrin' Rage! Number 69 Nova! Number 601 Namaste! Number 610 Alexecutioner! Number 612 Haribo! Number 74 Pandemonium! Number 777 Chickademon! Number 94 Squasha! And number 907 Jam Henson! They are also joined by their bench coaches Waterboy and Fubacabra! Give it up one more time for Raven's Ring! And now, last year's victor, defending their title, skating in white. Give it up for Team Double Shovel. We have number 13, Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Number 14, Lorelei Kilmore. Number 18, Sinful Chaos. Number 101, Magenta. Number 1079, Dear Stabby. Number 289, Fox. Number 3, Jammin' Janet. Number 42, Immoral Support. Number 47, Nikita. Number 444, Cosmic Karma. Number 53, Fix. Number 55, Anna. Number 62, Fireweed. Number 69, Amber Waves of Pain. Number 609, Magoo. Number 711, Furious George. And number 909, Ring Pop. They are joined by their vet coaches, DK Dynamite and Pants. Give it up one more time for Team Double Shovel. And now everybody, if I could ask you to please rise for our land acknowledgement being presented by Rage City's very own Nikita.
Hello, my name is Nikita. I'm a Tlingit from Southeast Alaska, and here is our land acknowledgement. Rage City roller derby members live and practice on the traditional unceded lands of the Dena'ina and Otna peoples. We honor with gratitude the land itself to those who have stewarded it throughout the generations. We are called to continue building mutual respect, connections, and support within our community. A portion of the proceeds from tonight's merch sales will be donated to support missing murder Indigenous women, a issue very personal and close to our league's and community's heart. Kunash Chief.
Thank you so much, Nikita. Everyone, if you would please stay standing. So normally we have a presentation of the colors, but the recent government shutdown, which thankfully has been alleviated, but that prevented us from being able to contact the National Guard. So we do have, if I remember where it's ending at in this room, there it is. It's towards the entrance is the flag of the United States, as we are going to have our anthem performed by Johnny Prism, local singer and songwriter.
If you'd like to sing along, please do. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's blue light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Everybody give it up one more time for Johnny Prism. Thank you so much. And now everyone, I have a very important question to ask you. Are you ready for some roller derby? I love to hear it now. Give me just a moment. I'll get the music playing just again. It's a game. action. Show of hands around the arena. Please raise your hand if this is your first time at a roller derby game. Wonderful, welcome, welcome everybody. So this is the incredible sport of roller derby. Now I am going to do my best to give you a crash course on what we're looking at here. So obviously, as we introduced, we have two teams. Both teams are going to send out 5 skaters at a time. One of those skaters on each team you will be able to identify by the bold star on their helmet. The skater with that star on their helmet is known as the jammer. The other 4 skaters on their team are blockers. The jammer's job is to get past the opposing team's blockers and then do so as many times as they can by getting back around the track. They do this in 2-minute intervals called jams. Now, if they get through first, they will be given a status called lead jammer. This allows them to end the jam early if they would like to do so. They do not earn points the first time they get through, but instead every subsequent time that they get through, earning a point for each opposing blocker that they pass upright and legally. So obviously you want to get out quickly, get around the track, try and get past some of the opposing team, do it again if you can, get your points, and then if you're lead, you can tap your hands to your hips twice, and that will end the jam early, securing your points and denying your opponent from securing any of their own. There's some other nuance in there. Obviously, we got penalties and things that you're allowed and not allowed to do, and how long you go to the box, and some other plays and strategies, but that's what you're going to be wanting to pay attention to, is the jammer with the star trying to get through what we call the pack and continue to do so. So we'll see that white jammer just got through with 4 points. You can tell how many points they got by their skate ref, the jam ref following them, their hands up in the air indicating how many points that they got. Those 4 fast whistles is how we know a jam is over. The jam officially ends on that 4th whistle, not the 4th whistle of the last flight sequence of that first burst of 4. All right, so good luck. I will do my best to inform you everything else along the way as we go. Jamming now for Raven's Ring, and that is, I believe that was current rage, but jamming for Double Shovel, that is number 3, Jam It, Jam It. Getting out front, you can tell that they have lead as one of the jammers is pointing at them with an L up in the air for lead. Jammer gonna come along the inside, crash into the pack, call it off, grabbing 3 points. Derby is a very fast sport. We only are allotted 30 seconds between the end of one jam and when the next one starts, giving us very little downtime, often only enough time to get off the track and for the other skaters to get onto the track. Jamming now for Double Shovel, that is 909, Ring Pop. Going up against Catnado for Raven's Ring. Catnado punching through the pack, grabbing lead for Raven's Ring. Got number 69, Nova, going to the penalty box. Penalties are 30 seconds in this game. They start as soon as you sit down in the chair. Catnado breaking by for another 4 points. You will notice that there is a different skater out there jamming for Double Shovel. That is number 62, Fireweed Fury. So Fireweed has that bold stripe going down their helmet. That blocker is called the pivot. The jammer can take the cover off of their helmet and pass it to the pivot, which makes the pivot the jammer. You can do this if you're having trouble getting through, if you want to pressure points. There's a few different opportunities where you might take that action. Jamming now for Double Shovel, that is number 42, Immoral Support. Dancer. Tiny Dancer up at the front of the pack. Full tripod of Double Shovel still assembled, trying to hold Tiny Dancer down. Rotates around the outside. Skate barely going to step out of bounds. That is a track cut penalty on Tiny Dancer, which means that it is a power jam for Team Double Shovel. A power jam is what we call it when one of the jammers goes to the penalty box. Because then the other team that still has the jammer has full power over the jam at that point. They don't have to worry about their opposing offense trying to punch through the defense. There's no points for them to score. They're locked in the penalty box. So it is one jammer on the track. They have the power, and that makes it a power jam. And moral support getting through, grabbing lead. That was only their initial pass. They have not secured any points at this time. They are coming up on a scoring pass now, going along that outside, going to try to cut down into the inside of the track. Full tripod of Raven's Ring, assembled semi-automatic, trying to maintain pack cohesion. The blockers have to stay within a certain distance of one another, which is why you see them stretching out in these lines so that they have more time to shut down the opposing jammer. A moral support up at the front of the pack now, still working on that scoring pass. Gonna crash into Nova's shoulder, get acquainted with the floor. Tiny Dancer, having served their penalty, comes up into the back of the pack as the jam ends. It is going to be 3 points for Double Shovel. Timeout being called by Double Shovel. Can we go to quick shout out and thank you to all of our volunteers. They're the driving force between the scenes of all of our games. Our officials, coaches, announcers, photographers, medics, volunteers, and everyone in between. They all donate their time to make the league and these games go off without a hitch. As a 100% volunteer-run nonprofit organization, Rage City could not do this without our volunteers. Everybody, if I could ask you to give them a round of applause. Also shout out to our Brewery Brawl sponsors, Raven's Ring and Double Shovel. We do have libations from both of those breweries available at our beer garden if you would like to go check that out. Raven's Ring going up against number 444, Cosmic Karma for Double Shovel. Karma securing lead for Team Double Shovel as they tear around the track now on a scoring pass. Pandemonium still in the back trying to find their way through. Goes along the outside, gets an assist. Penalty being assessed to a Raven's Ring blocker, sending them to the penalty box. 4 points for Double Shovel and calls it off before another scoring pass can be attempted. Shovel breaking free first. Janet out in the lead. Electrocutioner close behind for Raven's Ring. 2 Raven's Ring blocker on the line, trying to slow Janet down. Double Shovel at full strength. Janet gonna crash around that outside. Lateral to the inside, calls it off. 4 points for Double Shovel. Track cut penalty on the Double Shovel Jammer makes it a power jam for Raven's Ring. Raven's Ring securing lead, but going to be knocked out of bounds on the outside. Moving into turn 2, they will have to recomplete their initial pass. They are not threatening points until they have gotten free fully and have made their way back around the track. That is number 311, Twinkle Toes, jamming for Raven's Ring. Raven's Ring blockers leaping into action, trying to make some openings for them. A penalty, the confusion needed for Twinkle Toes to punch through, now approaching on a scoring pass. Raven's Ring leaping into action, providing some offense from the defensive line to help Twinkle Toes through. Runs up on the outside, 4 points for Raven's Ring. Automatic and Gnarly Brown doing what they can to slow Deer Stabby down. Twinkle Toes punches through on another scoring pass. 4 more on the board and calls it off. Also, everybody, if you're already enjoying those libations and you're like, you know what, I'm hungry. We do have some food options available for you. Food trucks, Mexicanos, and Reserva Venezolana. Both are outside. They serve up a delicious suite of food. We got Mexican, Filipino, fusion food, as well as arepas, empanadas, and more. Very quick start for Raven's Ring off the line. 454, Burn Rage securing lead. Burn Rage trying to catch up to a very fast pack on that scoring pass. There isn't a speed limit in Derby, and you just have to stay within a certain distance of your friends, all of the blockers, if you're one of the blockers. Jammers can go wherever they like. Start by Raven's Ring secures lead, this time by number 21, Catnado. Fireway Fury in the back of the pack, trying to find the path forward. Catnado punches through for 4 more points, bringing us to a 1-point differential. Catnado sees the lead hit their grasp, drops lower on the outside, sprints up down the straightaway. 4 more points, and that's a lead change in the favor of Raven's Ring. Sportsmanship and fellow appreciation. Our jammers sharing a hug on the line. As everyone waits, that whistle means we started, right? Yes. Pandemonium on the outside. Lead jammer goes to Raven's Ring. Janet close behind. Said I shared a hug with you on the line. I just want to be next to you at all times. Is that so bad? Why did you call the jam? We were having fun together. Oh, I understand. You wanted to secure your points. Fine. Having served their time in the penalty box, returns to the track. Dear Stabby says, welcome back. Would you like to see the 4 points that I just got? Because they are on the board. Dear Stabby on the inside. Low block penalty on green. They will head to the penalty box. Thankfully, everyone is okay. Dear Stabby still up there on another scoring pass, their 4th scoring pass of the jam. Gonna be pushed out on that inside line, resets to the back of the pack. 3 points for Dear Stabby at the end. Big 15-point jam, and a hard-fought one at that. We also have some incredible vendors here in the arena. Extruded 3D Prints is your hometown 3D printer, bringing fun to life. From colorful fidgets to unique toys you won't find anywhere else. Extruded 3D Prints has something for every fan. Stop by, check them out, and get your hands on the latest creations made right here in our community, where playtime meets 3D printing. Tonight, they will be donating 10% of all sales to Raid City Juniors. Cool. Double shovel number 909, Ring Pop securing lead. Twinkle Toes back up on the toes, trying to get through on an initial pass. Ring Pop in the back, sprints up the inside, sees that there was a successful start pass to semi-automatic and Raven's Ring and says, no, 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 I already have lead and I got my points and I will take them to go. Just high knees, pushing through. Vix, lots of strength on that inside. Gonna grab some points and call it off. It's the full 4 points. All the way up to that jam line, real close. And Nato says, go ahead, it means I have less distance to get through. Lead jammer, Raven's Ring.
21!
Got Nato on the scoring pass, weaving through the pack at turn 2. Punches right down the center, 4 points. Fireweed Fury still working on an initial pass. Gonna get tripped up by Grieve. Picks up a penalty at the Power Jam for Ravens Ring. Tornado giving the signal to the blocking line saying, make me an opening. It only needs to be a couple of inches and I'll find my way through. 4 more by Ravens Ring. Tornado dropping lower on the outside. Strong hits and bang by Pierce Dabby. Tornado unfazed, calls it off. 16 points and freezes Fireweed Fury in the penalty box. If you are in the penalty box when the jam ends, that is where you shall stay. And in this case, where you are a jammer, they don't get to field another jammer. That jammer has to stay in the box, and they have to wait until it's time for them to get to leave. So this is what we call a power start. Ravens Ring in a power start position. Pandemonium with the star for Ravens Ring, wanting to try to take that opportunity to secure a quick lead. Getting some help from Squasha and the rest of the line. Pandemonium gonna tap against Fox. Number 42 in moral support up at the front of the pack. Back block penalty on Pandemonium. It is now a power jam for double shovel. Fiery Fury comes out of the box with the Fury, secures lead, and says, you know what, I may have been in the box last time, but let me show you what I could have done if I wasn't in the box this time. Now on a scoring pass as the pack moves into turn 4. Fireweed gonna drop low on that outside line. Tries to get their skates underneath their feet. Steps back into the pack, wanting to push through, secure those points, and increase that lead differential that Double Shovel had. Very strong tripod built by Ravens Ring, being secured by semi-automatic Nova and Squasha. Fireweed Fury drops low on the inside. 4 points for Double Shovel. Fireweed assessing the pack. Weaving through, grabbing what they can, knowing Pandemonium is close behind on a scoring pass. It's going to be 1 point. For Double Shovel. Tiny Dancer in the front for Ravens Ring. Blocking with the head penalty being assessed to number 69 on Double Shovel. Amber waves of pain. Cosmic Karma also going to go to the penalty box. Makes it a power jam for Ravens Ring. Tiny Dancer with control. That lead jammer position, attacking the pack. Pack picking up a lot of speed from turns 3 into 4. Tiny Dancer going to just sled their way through the pack on that opening straightaway. 4 points for Ravens Ring. Tiny Dancer low on that outside, drops low. Skating out of bounds, penalty on number 53, Vex. They'll go spend 30 seconds in the penalty box. Tiny Dancer with the tumble on the inside. Shrek cut penalty on Cosmic Karma as they rejoin the pack, continuing the power jam for Ravens Ring. Tiny Dancer trying to fight through the pack for one more scoring pass. 4 points for Tiny Dancer, makes it a lead change in favor of Ravens Ring. through on that inside. 4 more. Executioner jamming for Ravens Ring. And with a ski push on the outside, secures lead. Jamming for Double Shovel, that is number 1079, Dear Stabby. Executioner on that scoring pass, punches right down the center of the pack. Takes a moment to assess the opposition, says, I think I can get back around. I trust my blockers. Nova gonna send Dear Stabby out of bounds on the outside, forcing them to re-enter at the back of the pack. You are not allowed to gain position while out of bounds. Executioner securing another 4 points, coming now on another scoring pass. Steps on the inside, crashes against Double Shovel's tripod. Laterals to the outside, 4 more points. Stabby still trying to find their way through, getting locked down by Squasha. Executioner on the outside of turn 3, 4 more points on the board. Dear Stabby not wanting to pick up that track cut penalty, steps out of bounds, circles back to turn 2 to keep trying again. 4 more for Executioner. Executioner one-footed, just glides right down at an angle through the pack, grabs 4 more points. Executioner side surfs on the inside of turn 3, 4 more. Both jammers now approaching on a scoring pass. Executioner weaving through. Dear Stabby trying to punch down the center. Ravens Ring reassembling, but not able to get Dear Stabby out. Ending that jam, a massive 32-point jam put up by Executioner. Nikita jamming for Double Shovel. Punches by on the inside, grabs lead. It's a clean pass. I was wrong. Forearm penalty assessed, and Nikita makes it a power jam for Ravens Ring. The announcer's curse strikes again. Twinkletoes jamming for Ravens Ring, now in this power jam position, trying to punch through the pack on their initial pass, swings around on the outside of turn 3, gonna crash into the Double Shovel wall, punches through on the inside. Lead now secured by Ravens Ring. It was initially given to Double Shovel, but since it wasn't a legal pass, they didn't actually get to keep lead. Because normally lead doesn't change. Twinkletoes on the outside, going to be pushed out of bounds by Sugar Honey Iced Tea, drags to the back of the pack. Nikita having served their penalty, back up on the track, says, all right, take 2. Twinkletoes just sending blockers out of the way. Rolling whistle means it is halftime, everybody. Amazing how fast about 31 minutes can go by and a score like this. You're like, oh wow, it's halftime? What is going on? Please be sure to go check out some of our merch sales. A portion of the proceeds from tonight's merch sales will be donated to support missing, murdered Indigenous women, an issue very personal and close to the league and the community's hearts. Also go check out our juniors table. The juniors are trying to raise funds so that they can go down to Seattle. And as more of you manage to make your way through the beer garden, for those of you that are near trackside, this one's for you. I see some of you have already been contributing. We need your help to build not one, but two legendary pyramid towers for tonight's fan favorite MVP awards. If you're hanging out in the beer garden, don't toss those empty cans, save them and bring your empties up to the designated collection spots and help us stack up two epic pyramids worthy of our fan favorite MVPs. Opening up the second half, we have Vicks jamming for Double Shovel, Purr and Rage for Ravens Ring. Had a successful star pass on Ravens Ring. Nova crashing into the pack as Vicks calls it off. Gonna be 4 points for Double Shovel. Everybody, I mentioned those fan favorites for those pyramids. So we do take a fan favorite vote. We know you love our Derby athletes, the big hits, the apex jumps, and all those exciting power jams. So why don't you tell them that yourself? Vote for fan favorite using the QR codes located around the track. Stick around right after the game for the fan favorite announcement and watch our winners take on the pyramid. Nikita for Double Shovel picking up lead. Nikita coming up on that outside line. Catnado for Ravens Ring also coming up quick. Going to be 0 for Double Shovel. Catnado grabbing 2 for Ravens Ring. Executioner for Ravens Ring attacking the pack, punching right down the center of that tripod. Lead jammer, Ravens Ring. Executioner now on a scoring pass, again choosing to punch right down the center. Going to be guided to the outside, taking a strong hit from Janet, but skates on. 4 points for Ravens Ring. Jamming for Double Shovel, that is 444 Cosmic Karma on a scoring pass. Takes the knee on the inside, right back up on all 8 wheels, attacking that inside. Going to be pushed out of bounds by semi-automatic. Back block penalty on Cosmic Karma. That's going to make it a power jam for Raven. Nope. As I see Executioner going through the box. I was wrong of who got that penalty. Executioner got that penalty. It's a power jam for Double Shovel. Start pass over to Janet. Janet, your new jammer, number 3. Janet for Double Shovel. Executioner having served their penalty, returned to the track, but has lost lead. We are going for the full 2 minutes. Executioner grabbing 4 points. Already back around on another scoring pass. Track that penalty on a Double Shovel blocker. They'll head to the penalty box for 30 seconds. but that is 2 minutes. Thank you to community supporter Kaufman Engineers. In roller derby and in engineering, the right team always matters. Kaufman Engineers is known for delivering the kind of personalized service you'd expect from a team with local relationships and experience, backed by the expansive capabilities of a large multidisciplined engineering firm. From small to large projects and from rural to nationwide and beyond, they bring scalable expertise to every project. Thank you again to Kaufman Engineers. Fiery Fury jamming for a double shovel up at the front of the pack, full floor wall of Ravens Ring, locking them down. Jam Henson debracing the front. Multiplayer block being assessed to Jam Henson. They will go to the penalty box for 30 seconds. KO, new jammer for Ravens Ring. Fiery Fury punching through, grabbing some points and calling it off. Illegal procedure, not quite making it to the pack when the jam started. Lead jammer going to Ravens Ring. Twinkle toes right down the center, 4 points for Ravens Ring. Getting an instruction from the bench coach, calls it off. Everybody, if you enjoyed that last sponsor call and you want to hear me say your sponsor call, please consider supporting Rage City. We have lots of sponsorship options. You can have your banners at the game, get a logo on the website, hear those call outs. We have a wide variety of ways to sponsor the league. Services, in-kind, monetary, with tons of perks for you and your business. Please visit RageCityRollerDerby.org for more information. Lead jammer for Ravens Ring, tearing around the track on a scoring pass. Burn Rage grabbing 4 points, punches through. Burn Rage punching through, had a successful star pass on double shovel. Magoo, your jammer, unable to make it on a scoring pass before being denied. Going to the penalty box for a track cut, makes it a power jam for double shovel. Fiery Fury responding with grabbing lead, says, I'll take that power jam. Fiery Fury weaving through the pack, punches by at turn 3. 4 points for double shovel. Ravens Ring assembling the tripod, breathe, baby, good, and Squasher trying to slow Fiery down. Fiery uninterested, says it's winter. The fire week has passed, and so have I. 4 points on the board. Executioner jamming for Ravens Ring. Green puck for Double Shovel, grabbing lead. Both jammers tearing around the track. Executioner right beside Ring Pop. Ring Pop being sent to the ground. Jammers are very heavy on the offense, and they don't have to just be offensive to the blockers. They are allowed to collide with the other jammer as well. Cosmic Karma back with the star for Double Shovel up against Pandemonium for Ravens Ring. Cosmic Karma after a strong hit, unfazed, off on both skates and punches through on that inside. Lead jammer Double Shovel. This is a full contact sport, and it is not fun when the contact is with your face. Cosmic Karma on the inside, trying to find their way through on that scoring pass. Right up at the front, takes a knee and calls it off. Four points for Double Shovel, 3 for Ravens Ring. Ravens Ring, Twinkle Toes, Jamin Janet for Double Shovel. Janet with the lead for Double Shovel. Track cut penalty by Twinkle Toes. They get a power jam for Double Shovel. Janet just leaning into quarter pounder saying, hey, you know, I know you want me to go to a round, but I don't want to, so I'm going to take 4 points instead. Janet crashing up against Nova for more. Twinkle Toes, having served their penalty, returns to the track. Strong hit by Magenta and Sugar Honey IC sends them out of bounds on the outside line. Reset to the back of the pack. Janet on the inside. It's clean for 4. Successful star pass to Nova. Janet, all smiles, goes, hey, look at you. All right. Nikita jamming for double shovel, launching into offensive against Ravens Ring's wall. Purring Rage up at the front for Ravens Ring. Gets by moral support. Lead jammer goes to Ravens Ring. Nikita trying to weave through the pack, getting just ping-ponged around by semi-automatic Navy Good and Nova. Jam Henson posted up, ready to assist if needed. Current Rage on a scoring pass now in the back of the pack, crashes up against Sinful Chaos and Fireweed Fury. Gets some assistance from semi-automatic. That is the opening that they needed. 4 points to Ravens Ring. Comes up close behind Nikita and calls it off. Everybody, our all-star team is gearing up for another season of competition on the international stage. And the All-Stars are looking for sponsors to help make it happen. This is the chance to see your name or business riding with the best. Become an All-Star sponsor and get your logo featured on the official Rage City All-Star jerseys as our skaters travel the world, battle top-ranked teams, and fight for global standing. Support local athletes, boost your brand, and be a part of the journey. Visit RageCityRollerDerby.org. Speaking of All-Stars, Tatnado jamming for Ravens Ring. Inside at turn 1. The clean jump grabbing 4 points for Ravens Ring. Fix a wide smile and is messing with Tatnado. Everybody, we have passed the halfway mark of the second half. And if you're like, wait, dang, that means we're getting closer to the end. There is more roller derby in the future, just not tonight. A home game right back here at the AT&T Sports Pavilion, Saturday, December 6th at 5 p.m. I would love to see you there. Executioner jamming for Ravens Ring, secures lead. Strong hit by semi-automatic will send Cosmic Karma to the ground. Executioner sweeps by for 4. Cosmic Karma now fighting up against Swasha, getting some assistance from the double shovel wall. Karma still trying to find their way through the pack, going to be guided out of bounds by semi-automatic. But going to pick up a track cut penalty, making it a power jam for Ravens Ring. Executioner approaching on a scoring pass. Executioner calling for strategy from the defensive line. Executioner attempting that outside, is going to be thrown out of bounds. Unfazed, resets to try again. Going to take another strong hit by Deer Stabby, but stays inbounds, collects the 4. Another scoring pass by Executioner. Regains their balance, drops underneath, box, takes another tap from Deer Stabby. Got to be knocked out of bounds. Unable to get back into the track without picking up the track cut. Resets all the way to the back. Gonna have to find their way through again. Crashes up against Fox. Repeat of the last time, but that's 2 minutes. Another big 20-point jam by Executioner. Ring pop for double shovel, pandemonium for Ravens Ring. outside line. Going to be knocked down by Gnarly Brown and KO. Pandemonium finding freedom first. Lead Jammer Ravens Ring. Nikita, picking up a track cut penalty. Gonna make it a power jam for Ravens Ring. Twinkle Toes with lead. Backlot penalty by Navy Good. They will go to the penalty box for 30 seconds. But we're also going to have a track cut by Twinkle Toes, reversing that power jam position. Power jam now in Double Shovel's favor. 47 Nikita jamming for Double Shovel. A lot of speed, going to get tripped up by KO. Has to reset. Full tripod in the back of Ravens Ring. Double Shovel trying to stir up the pack to make it easier for Nikita to lead their way through. KO and Nova up at the front. Quick little whip off of number 14. And that is Lorelai Gilmore on Double Shovel. Successful pass by Nikita. Does appear that was only the initial, so they will need now to threaten the points that they would like to secure. Track cut penalty by KO. They get to go to the penalty box. Nikita weaving through, only Nova left in their way, ducks by on the inside. 4 points for Double Shovel. Blocking out of bounds penalty on the Double Shovel blocker as the whistles blow. Everybody, if you're looking for more excitement tonight, the final whistle isn't the last call on fun, because when the track clears, head on over to the official after party at the Peanut Farm. Raise a glass, grab a bite, and kick up your heels with the Brewery Derby teams. Jamming for Ravens Ring up at the front of the pack, being locked down by Fox. Furious George with the assist. Harvey Fury securing lead for Double Shovel. Jamming for Ravens Ring, takes the outside, attacks the center of the pack, but Deer Stabby already breaking free. Lead Jammer goes to Double scoring pass in the back of the pack, crashing up against Chicken Demon and number 612 per Evil. Here's now going to call it off, secure what they can, which is going to be, I believe that's 2 points. 3 points. Shout out to our season sponsors, A France Design, AT&T, of course, Double Shovel Cider Company and Ravens Ring, Duclos Orthodontics, Lauren Lanford Photography, Old Photography, Ondango Photography, Peanut Farm, Rising Tides Communications, and Rise Fitness. Vic's desperately trying to stay in bounds on that inside. Gonna go out of bounds anyway. Pulls their own teammate out of bounds on the outside. Just wanting so much to stay on the track. Lead jammer secured by Alexis Buchner with Ravens Ring. Alexis Buchner now on a scoring pass. Magoo, Magenta, Amber Waves trying to hold them down. Vic's now on a scoring pass as well. Comes up quick. Gonna be 4 points for Ravens Ring, but the whistle blew before Vic's got there. With lead for Double Shovel. Pandemonium jamming for Ravens Ring up at the front of the pack. Akita Fox blocking it down as Fiery Fury goes by for the full 4 points. Furious George looking to reassemble on the line. Fiery Fury on the inside. Gonna take a tap, isn't confident that it was clean. It goes back to the back of the pack as semi-automatic. Your new jammer for Ravens Ring secures 4. Alright, Fury takes a moment to consider, calls it off. Everybody, if you want to be part of what you're seeing here, also already you're a part of it, thank you so much for being here, but if you want to be a part of it in a different way, if you're excited about getting off the bleachers, if you look great in black and white stripes, if you need a new hobby to get you moving and meet some pretty rad people, come skate, officiate, or volunteer with Rage City Roller Derby. Whether you're brand new to skating, or officiating, or a seasoned skater, we'll teach you everything you need to know. Just show up. It's that easy. Another massive thank you to our game day sponsors for the 6th annual Brewery Brawl. That is Double Shovel Cider Company and Ravens Ring Brewing Company. Thank you to both of them for making this game possible. Ring pop jamming again for Double Shovel up at the front of the pack, tearing Ravens Ring's wall apart, but KO gonna knock them out of bounds, forcing the reset. Ring pop stepping through, keeping their skates inbound, steps back up, and re-engages with the pack. They are going to be knocked out of bounds on the outside. Ring pop and the back now. Jammers exchanging locations. Sugar Honey Iced Tea with the strong shoulder, two twinkle toes on the inside. Almost picks at the track back, realizes that Sugar Honey was back there. Resets, up in the front, ring pop, pushes by Squasha. Lead Jammer goes to double shovel. Ring pop on a scoring pass up at the front of the pack as they move into turn 4. Pushes through, sees the twinkle toes approaching on a scoring pass of their own and calls it off. Review. I'll tell you what an official review is in just a moment. Hang on. So, as much as we love and appreciate all of our officials, we are human and there's a lot of things happening all the time. So we have what's called an official review, where the teams are able to say, hey, we think either the referees missed something, or you called something that you shouldn't have, or you didn't give enough points, or whatever. And so we come into the center here and we have a meeting and they make their case. They say, this is what we think did or did not happen and what we think should or should not have happened. This can result in penalties being assessed, points being allotted or taken away, but the referees are going to have a conversation amongst themselves, confirm what did or did not happen, and then they'll report back to us. The official review was called by Ravens Ring. They were seeking a penalty to be assessed on number 909, the double shovel jammer, for a forearm penalty, believing that they used their forearm to advance their position to break free from the pack. The officiating team did not see it, so they cannot call it. So no penalty is assessed and the official review is not retained. For Ravens Ring, Deer Stabby for double shovel. Multiplayer blocks being assessed to a double shovel blocker. That is able to get Burn Rage free. Lead Jammer goes to Ravens Ring. Burn Rage attempts the inside line. Magenta and Fireweed Fury going to shut that down. Being assisted by Amber Waves of Pain. Burn Rage pushes through, grabs 4 points, making their way around the track for another scoring pass. Deer Stabby working on that initial up at the front, pushing up against Grieve, maybe, and Nova. Burn Rage looks to the bench. What should I do? Bench says go, go, go. And so another scoring pass Burn Rage shall attempt. Deer Stabby on the outside, gonna take a tap from Breeze. assesses the pack, tries to find a way forward. Anchorage on another scoring pass to the back of the pack. Double Shovel assembling a strong four-wall. Deer Stabby up in the front, slows Anchorage down. Anchorage grabs score and calls it off. That long whistle means we have concluded our game. Your unofficial final, Double Shovel 133, Ravens Ring 193. Everybody, I hope all of you that this was your first time here. I hope to see you again. To those of you that returned, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you all had a good time. Remember, the game may be over, but the fun doesn't have to be. The official after party is at the Peanut Farm. If you'd like to come down to the ring and slap hands, the skaters are going to make their way around. And again, we do have another home game right back here at the AT&T Sports Center. That is on Saturday, December 6th, and it's going to be at the same time, starting at 5 p.m. Doors open at 5, wheels roll at 6. We hope to see you there. Shout out to our community sponsor, our service partners, our season sponsors, everyone that has volunteered their time tonight. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. The team appreciates you. The league appreciates you. Everyone, I hope you are staying safe and staying warm tonight as you make your way home.